Back in spring training, I picked the Tampa Bay Rays to win the World Series. And at the time, that was kind of a far-fetched pick. And I doubled down when the season was shortened to 60 games. And I am doubling down again. And now that they have made it to the World Series against a far more daunting lineup than they have in the Dodgers, and seemingly a much better team. And I am still sticking with my pick of picking the Tampa Bay Rays to win the World Series. Now, here's a few reasons why. Number one, the pitching. I think their pitching is far and away their biggest asset. Not only their rotation, the front end of the rotation with guys like Snell, Morton, Glasnow, but also the back end of the bullpen. They just have so many guys they can hit you with out of the pen, and it's almost like if you don't have a lead going into the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th inning, you're going to lose. And that's not a good feeling to have. So that's one of the main reasons. Secondly would be their defense. The Rays are all about pitching and defense, and it's not something you see often anymore. They got guys like Kevin Kiermaier in the outfield, Willie Adames at shortstop. And those are, you need guys up the middle bolstering your defense. And to have a shortstop and a center fielder that are arguably one of the best defensively at their position, I think that's a big reason why they're here. To see what they did in the ALCS against the Astros, it was just very deflating to the Astros to watch them hit balls hard and just not drop. So their defense is another huge reason why I think they're here. Third would be Kevin Cash. To watch him manage in the playoffs has been really fun. The way he uses the weapons that he has in the bullpen, the way he pinch hits guys in certain situations, he knows the kind of team he has. They're not going to outscore you every single night. The way they have to win is playing small ball, bringing the right guys in out of the bullpen at the time. And on the other end is Dave Roberts, who I do believe Kevin Cash has an advantage over in this series, just because I feel like Dave Roberts is a little unsure of where to go at certain times in games right now. And it was very obvious in Game 7 of the NLCS when he didn't bring in Kenley Jansen in the 9th inning to close the ballgame. Fourth, I touched on this a second ago, but they do the little things right. The Rays do the little things. They bunt guys over. They hit singles. They get them over and they get them in that way. You don't really see that in the game anymore. I'd say in the last 10 years, the bunt has become irrelevant. It's all about hitting homers. And I think it's kind of refreshing to watch the Rays play the way that they do, which I'm very intrigued by this series because it's sort of like a old school versus new school sort of series. And I'm really intrigued by that. And I think the Rays being able to do the little things, pitch, play defense, bunt, I think that's going to win them this series. And lastly is Randy AROZARENA, who has just taken these playoffs by storm. The ALCS MVP, just destroying baseballs right now and having so much fun doing it. I'm so excited to watch this kid on the biggest stage in all of baseball. And I think he is going to be one of the main reasons that the Rays go on to win the World Series, just because he is finally that daunting piece in their lineup that the Rays needed all along. So I think he pulls this team together. And for all these reasons, I do believe the Tampa Bay Rays will win the World Series.